Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom online retreat. Today, we talk about business and our kids, the next generation. Do you feel you've personally prepared your children enough to make it in the professional world? How do we give our kids that head start to success as they embark on their journey as young adults? The information you're about to hear, our kids, business skills for the next generation, gives you an effective way to accomplish that. My name is Bernie Floresca. I'd like to begin with a premise that our children have within them the innate ability to focus and attain their goals through inspired action. One of their greatest assets is the ability to find and process information, to use it effectively for their purpose. As parents, you've been guiding them all along. You've been giving them the right tools and information to help them as they're growing up and going to school. This information is along those lines, business skills that would serve our kids in the next chapter of their lives as young adults. As a teacher for over 2 decades and being an uncle to 9 nieces and nephews, it was quite an easy decision to want to share skills that I use daily in business development. What I do for a living, coaches and consultants hire us for growth by either sales teams or systems. Just like you with your children, I wanted to help my niece who was looking for an internship. It became quite clear to me that day. If experts hired us to grow their business by reconfiguring their offers and finding clients for their higher ticket consulting packages, then these same skills can be reused and translated for our kids. They can be used to find jobs, to find mentors, strategic partners, but most importantly, to nurture business relationships as they climb corporate ladders or grow their own businesses. The applications are endless. I assert simplistically that these skills allow our kids to reach out to whomever they want on social media. LinkedIn happens to be the go-to for business, to get whatever they need and want to succeed. Now that sounds like a bold statement, but hear me out. Even if my statement were only 50% true, wouldn't such a skill help the next generation go even further in their professional lives this early in the game? Wouldn't you agree that if you learned and used such skills as a young adult, might you be even further along today? Part of it is obviously a function of technology and the way it constantly evolves the way we do business. The internet now offers game-changing options that aren't tapped for jobs and business relationships. Again, for example, LinkedIn is a leading-edge business tool. Really, it is. And it is not used to the fullest by an overwhelming majority. All you have to do is look at one's LinkedIn profile. The business skills that I share are not limited to LinkedIn. The underlying and fundamental concepts work on any platform one uses regularly. However, one cannot ignore the reality that LinkedIn has an overwhelmingly growing number of global users, upwards of 619 million users. It's totally the playground for anything business. For lack of a better term, I'll call it a trend. I didn't even use LinkedIn that much in this manner until I trained about the trend from LinkedIn in 2017. And I've had my profile since 2006. Enlightened entrepreneurs were quick to recognize the merits of this new approach based on how their profiles differed. The new approach is more proactive versus what used to be an online resume profile that simply listed titles, job history, and accomplishments. I can cover this proactive versus resume style approach in a little bit more depth. If you're an entrepreneur who's not had the chance to make their LinkedIn profile more effective, or if you simply want to review what's relevant to your audience today, you need to address this. And there is also the element of the process being iterative for the most optimal version of your profile. The trend can be simply summarized as follows. Number one, it's about you, your brand, and why you are worthy of attention. You directly address your desired audience in what used to be just a resume. And number two, connect and build relationships with people who could forward whatever your profile states you help with. That's it. I repeat, one, it's about you, your brand, and why you are worthy of attention. And number two, connecting and building relationships with people who could forward whatever your profile states you help with. This could be HR or hiring managers, prospective clients, or other professionals you could collaborate with in the form of information, mentorship, joint ventures, or simply well-connected people who are advantageous to network with. So for example, a few years back, I was applying for a sales job at a mobile provider. Right after my first interview, I used LinkedIn to research the department that I'd be working for. I wanted to speak with people who were already working that particular job to find out what their group culture was like. Not too many people would think to do what I did. I reached out cold to a few people, and one person got back. She gladly gave me information about the organization, important details that any outsider wouldn't normally know. And what she did next was totally unexpected. She kindly helped with the rest of the interviewing process. Over the next few days, we role-played, and with her guidance, she helped me polish my 30, 60, 90-day presentation for the final round. Now, do you think I got a head start? Do you think I stumbled onto an unfair advantage? Now, fast forward, I jumped back into entrepreneurship full-time 2 years ago, and I've been immersed in the latest marketing tactics and practices to help grow clients' businesses. I've even been part of the spray and pray technique early on. That's still prevalent today. You know what I'm talking about. Some are more low-key, but I could call the practice throwing up on the people you're attempting to relate with. In the following months, we fine-tuned an approach to what works and what people respond to. It turns out not to be a complex method, but as we've refined and executed the approach and even trained several sales teams since, there's definitely an art to it. And the conversations start getting to be fun and rewarding, especially when strategic partnerships and collaborations are formed, and people even generously offer help in whatever you're up to. Back to my niece looking for an internship. I've since gotten to work and created my hands-on workshop from graduate to hired. Again, though my initial outreach is to our kids, I've assisted a few people who were and are looking for jobs now. These exact business skills are working for them also. For any new graduate who knows even more info over the standard resume, interview skills, and college career training, our children will rise above the crowd by additionally using proven business tactics that tailor their search to further reach a wealth of quality connections on demand. This will only enhance their growth and advancement for the rest of their professional lives. If this were an interactive session and not a video, I'd be asking for questions right about now. You can reach me on LinkedIn or start an email with your questions to Bernie@berniefloresca.com.